So here's my other jar. We just trying it out like I said. I got to put the lid on tighter. Mixed it up and we put it sit it in the bed. As y'all can see, hold on. The sun is out, y'all. It didn't waste no time. I don't even think it's 10 o'clock yet. And the sun is beaming. Just in time, because I'm going to drop these in these beds. And I'm out of here. Hit like, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Try it, let me know if it works for you. Like I said, I'm only trying it in one bed right now. And see what it does. If it works, we'll be putting it on all, we will be putting it in all 9 of my beds. Enjoy the rest of you guys' day. Bye. So I was told these ants are smart. So if they anything like my children, we gotta trick them. So I added just a little bit more sugar in here so I can mix it up. Because boy, my children can smell a trap from a mile away. So if they anything like these Perrys, we gonna go ahead and add a little bit more sugar and mix it up. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna add the cotton balls. And like I said, I have other insects that are my friends in my garden. So I don't want to kill them. Excuse my hands. I just came out the garden and washed them. And they so ashy. So I'm going to do something like that. Soak it real good. So I'm going to do that to a couple of them. Like I said, I'm trying it. I done read up on it. It works. Like I said, a lot of people just use the jar. I have some cheesecloth in my shed. I could have put over here, over the top part. And do it that way. But I also have a small garden. So I don't want to clutter my garden with too much. I just start really pushing the vertical gardening, vertical planting up, and that helps keep a lot of my vegetables off the ground for ants and aphids and stuff. But I like to see what's going on. I like to be able to look through the leaves and the plants and see what is going on. So this morning before the sun come up, we're going to go ahead and spray this to get rid of those leaf miners. Then we're going to go ahead with this baby right here and get rid of the ants. Because the other day we bought ladybugs, so we already got rid of the aphids. Now we got to keep them from coming back. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this has been helpful. And this boy here is also good for, as you can tell, it's laundry detergent. But it's also good for cleaning around the house and stuff too. So you don't, I mean, it was only $5, but it seems to do a lot more than just laundry. It works very well for organic gardeners. So I'll keep y'all up to date with what's going on. Bye. So I mixed, I couldn't tell you how much, but I kind of put a little bit more Nemic oil than water in here. And I'm just shaking it up. Now, the reason for me to point out that it was in the morning is because anytime you spray your garden or harvest anything out your garden, you should do it early morning or late in the evening, not when it's beaming hot outside. So I mix it up here. I couldn't mix it up in my garden because guess what, y'all? I'm still trying to find out a remedy to get rid of mosquitoes. The mosquitoes is horrible out there. So I came in the house to do this. But I'm going to go out there and I'm going to spray this on all my plants and leaves from top to up underneath of them to eliminate these leaf miners. So that way they don't destroy my plant. Another thing I have that is driving me bonkers is ants. Now, ants is not bad for your garden. Actually, ants can help pollinate your garden. They have the little body furs, should I say, on their body. So when they go inside your flowers, the pollen sticks to them and then they go somewhere else and they can actually pollinate for you. But they also are best friends with aphids. Now, I showed you guys in a previous video how I ordered some ladybugs, and believe it or not, them aphids is about gone. But ants draw aphids. So it really doesn't do any good for me to get rid of the aphids if I'm still keeping the ants. So, back to not trying to use any pesticides in my garden, I realized I will try the method to get rid of ants, and it's simply using water, sugar, and this guy here. So from my understanding, we're going to put a little bit of this, a little bit of water and sugar, and we're going to shake it up in this jar, one of my mason jars. We're going to shake it up in here, but I'm going to do something a little different because they recommend you poke a hole at the top of something like this because you really only want the ants to get in there and eat it. You don't want any of your good guys like my ladybugs to get in there and eat it and kill them. So they recommend a jar. Just poke a hole in it, mix the stuff in, and put it in there, and the ants will go in there. Here come Portia for to try something different because I don't want to mess up my garden. But I'm going to mix it up real good. I'm going to put water, sugar in this and mix it up real good into one of my mason jars. Then I'm going to come along and I'm going to dip some cotton balls in here. And I'm going to dip them real good, soak them in there, squeeze them out real good. And then I'm going to grab another mason jar and sit those in there. That way, when they go in there, they can eat off the cotton ball. And I don't have to worry so much about my good guys eating it because it'll be stuck to the cotton ball and the ants will get it. Just my little experience. I found out that this guy right here, some sugar and water work, but I don't want all these little jars around my garden. So I'm going to try it out in one area for about a week. And if it works, we will go ahead and start moving it on over to my other raised beds. So let's go. Good morning. Good morning. It is June 7th. And as I walk my garden this morning, well, I have been noticing this, but I was slowly doing my research and I was just picking them as I was seeing them on my in my garden. So I have noticed these squiggly lines. Almost looks a little like my daughter's drawings on some of my leaves. And they're on all of them. It's not like just on beans or just on tomatoes. I'm seeing them everywhere on my sunflowers, peppers, cabbage. I'm seeing them everywhere. They're called leaf miners. The research show that they get inside they kill the plant from inside out. So they get inside the leaves and eat away with it. And then you can see where they're headed at or where they were going because of what they leave, the white residue that they leave behind. So normally I just pick mine. As you can tell, they're not too bad on my plants, but I just pick them and throw them away. That do not go in your compost at all. So I did a little research, and it's something pretty simple if you ask me. So we're going to mix some neem oil. It tells you right there everything it gets rid of. But we're working on the leaf miners. Neem oil and water. So there we have it, guys. One of my mini compost buckets that I actually put it in my garden. And I'm just going to close the lid tight so nothing can crawl in it or get in it. And we are all set. It's actually beaming down to where the sun's at. So it's going to warm it up, heat it up, do everything it needs to do. It got the holes around the side of it. I watered it, let them get a little wet. And now whenever I have straps, I'll dump them in there. So I don't need that much dirt. Like I said, I don't want to fill it up because I want to keep adding to it. And while I'm trying to hit these mosquitoes and stuff, y'all go ahead and hit that like button, give your girl a thumbs up, and go try it. The plastic container was only like $2. The worms was about $12, but you get a whole bunch of them. Put all your straps in there. I'm going to close the lid. I'm going to put a little water in here first, y'all, to get them started. Then I'm going to close the lid, and we're going to see what they do.